Okay. Hello, everyone. Good evening, and welcome to the 46th Annual Chancellor Student Service and Leadership Awards Ceremony at the University of Illinois at Chicago. I am Karina Reyes, an undergraduate student majoring in neuroscience, and I currently serve as a student member of the Board of Trustees of the University of Illinois. I am thrilled tonight to help celebrate your service and leadership contributions to UIC and the community. This year's recipients have all demonstrated admirable character by taking the initiative to go above and beyond daily expectations. Of course, the greatest reward you will walk away with today is knowing that you've made a positive impact on your colleagues, on your campus, and in your community. As you know, leadership development and service opportunities are hallmarks of the student experience here at UIC. UIC Impact is the framework for our students to enrich and optimize their academic, professional, and personal growth. With each student engagement opportunity, our students are building upon their co-curricular experience while empowering and impacting the community beyond our campus. Our students will be mentoring others, developing core competencies and essential leadership skills to be successful global citizens. Initiatives to showcase your involvement in high-impact engagement, leadership development, and service opportunities include the co-curricular transcript, e-portfolios, and UIC Impact Day. I invite you to document your various experiences using UIC Connection in order to demonstrate your annual impact and increase your eligibility for future awards and scholarships. So it is my pleasure to introduce UIC Chancellor Michael Amarides. Since he came to UIC, and he has changed the university's environment, and he has been a passionate advocate for our community in Chicago, Illinois, the nation, and the world. Here's our boss, Chancellor Amarides.
Good evening. No, that's not the UIC way, guys. Come on, let's try it one more time. Good evening. That's much better. I'm so glad to see you tonight. Let me start with Karina. Karina, thank you. Thank you for the introduction, but more than everything else, you should know that as the student trustee, Karina is representing UIC's students at the University of Illinois Board of Trustees. And I want to thank you for electing her in this position. It is by election, and she won last year, and I'm so glad that you elected her because she has been an excellent voice for all of you. But more from a selfish standpoint, she has been watching my back for the last year in there, although she is my boss, and I will miss her dearly when she graduates in a few weeks. So join me in thanking Karina for all the work that she has done on your behalf. Thank you. Thank you. I'm also delighted to see Bill Merchants here tonight. He is your keynote speaker, and he will be formally introduced in a few minutes. But Bill has been a passionate advocate of USC as an alumnus, but also as a former Flames basketball player, and he's got game. He still has game. He knows this university inside and out, and we are fortunate to have him with us, also serving as the founding president of the UIC Alumni Association, and I'm sure he will tell you more about it when he comes to the podium. This tonight is one of my favorite annual events at UIC because it's all about you. It's all about our students. And when several hundred students get together to celebrate, and they bring some of their friends and their families with them, it's a great party. How many of you are graduating within the next few weeks? You see, congratulations, that's wonderful. I'll see you again. I'll see you again in a few weeks. And from a very personal, selfish standpoint, I love this event also because it gives me great practice, shaking just a few hundred of hands tonight, going into the graduation season where I will shake thousands of hands, and I'm out of practice since December. It's been a while, so I need to keep doing this now to get ready for the graduation. So for all of you, the students who we are honoring today, congratulations and thank you. You should all be very proud as we are representing USC, as proud as we are about you. This ceremony honors outstanding students who have distinguished themselves through university and community service. At the core of our mission, at the core of USC's mission is not only academic excellence, but also service to our communities. This is what defines us as a university, and without you, we cannot achieve this mission. You're also here because you understand that learning in the classroom is magnified by 100-fold by what you do beyond the classroom. And when I look around the room, I know that I'm seeing the best of the best. I know that I'm seeing leaders. Leaders now, people who will be even greater leaders in the future. And not only your learning experience is greater because you made it a priority to give your time and energy in service of others, but your contributions help society. You're doing meaningful stuff out there. Service to others has defined these institutions for the 50 years, 50-plus years by now of its existence. Examples of what you have done and which we are here to recognize include, among others, mentoring and tutoring fellow students, organizing and volunteering at several cultural events, volunteering in community hospitals and health clinics, organizing student groups to address campus concerns, and fundraising for humanitarian, medical, and educational causes. And equally important is what you have done to make this a fun place for all of our students to be at. As volunteers, you have made an impact in your communities and in the world, and the skills you pick up become part of who you are for the rest of your lives. By doing what you have done, you have improved your confidence, you have improved your communication abilities, your negotiation skills have been sharpened, and those of you who are graduating, I hope you will use them when you negotiate your salaries now as you go out. And networking, management, problem solving, critical thinking, all of these traits that everybody is looking for enrich your abilities and complement the learning that you have acquired at USC. You have also learned that collaborating with others can magnify the impact of your efforts. And by the way, being honored tonight is not free. It also comes with an expectation that you will continue to be outstanding future ambassadors for the university, showing the world the best of USC. So we expect even more from you as we honor you tonight. Once again, congratulations and thank you. Thank you for all that you have done and continue to do for the University of Illinois at Chicago and for our communities.
Thank you, Chancellor Emeritus. In the coming weeks and years, we will join a large community of alumni of the University of Illinois who are committed to the same traditions of leadership and service with which we are currently engaged here on campus. It is the same commitment to leadership and service that helps us shape our worldview and the unique ways in which we at UIC can help make a difference in our communities throughout Chicago. Speaking of having an impact on our community, I am pleased to introduce our keynote speaker, a 1979 alumnus, William C. Merchants. A brief biographical introduction for Mr. Merchants appears in your program booklet, and we are pleased that Bill will share his thoughts on how leadership and service can truly shape a phenomenal student experience here at UIC and in life after graduation. Please help me welcome Bill Merchants.
Good? It's almost over. It's April. Well, first, I do want to thank Karina for the most generous introduction and for the nice write-up in the book about my background and my career and some of the things I've done. I especially want to congratulate 419 students on their Service and Leadership Award this year, and thank you for the many hours of service that you give back to UIC and to the communities that you serve. A very special warm greeting, as I met a few of you at the reception before tonight, a very special warm greeting to our special guests. And those are parents or grandparents or siblings or family or faculty or administration or friends who are here tonight to celebrate with you. You know, as a parent of two graduating children myself right now, one from high school now and one from grad school, I share your many emotions. All at the same time, we're proud, we're pleased, we're relieved, we're anxious, and we don't know what the future holds, but we look forward to it. And you special guests, your student is really very special, so I encourage you to please enjoy the moment while you can. So as the recently appointed chair of the new UIC Alumni Association, you can expect me to serve all alumni, students, parents, yes, parents, faculty, and administration with an eye on developing UIC further as an entrepreneurial university, a most important pillar of the Chancellor's strategy going forward. So many of us have worked jobs, have commuted to campus, have managed a family, or have played a sport during the years of our study, and this experiential education is something to be celebrated in future programs, and it's something I'm going to pay attention to as the leader of the Alumni Association. Our first and most visible project is a survey of experiences and impressions intended for as many of the 260,000 alumni as we can find. Those survey results will inform our board, our faculty, our administrators, our staff, and drive our communications and our programs forward. So, the other night, I was sitting there, and as I watched the snow fly in April, and I observed those big, fluffy, wet flakes covering my lawn, it brought back some memories of my very early college days and my experiences. So tonight I just want to share with you a true story. I call it the golden ticket. Certainly winter was over by the end of March 1975. Seasonal snowfall stood at 42 inches, about normal for Chicago. March had just ended on a high note with spring like 62 degrees on the 31st of March. But early in the morning of April 1st, just as low pressure was moving across the Rockies, a cold front passed through the city, shifting winds into an ominous northeast direction and sending the mercury plunging. Just after midnight on April 2nd, a messy mixture of sleet, snow, and freezing rain began, accompanied by occasional bouts of thunder and lightning. Shortly after daybreak, heavy, wet snow and a wintry mix of precipitation continued. However, the storm was intensifying rapidly, and by mid-afternoon, heavy snow driven by the strong northeast winds enveloped the entire city, dropping visibility to near zero. Snow piled up at the rate of an inch per hour, snarling traffic and closing O'Hare International Airport for only the third time in its history. Expressways were so clogged with the heavy wet snow that beleaguered motorists were forced to abandon their cars. By the time the snow ended, late on April 2nd, more than a foot lay on the ground at O'Hare. Spring 1975 was put on hold as cold weather lingered for several days, and the snow didn't totally melt until April 11th. I'd like to thank Tom Skillett for that story. True story. On April 2nd, 1975, I held the golden ticket. It was right in my hands. And for some of you young people who don't really understand, back in 1975, the only way to get on an airplane or an airline was to get a physically printed carbon copied ticket. It's the only way to get on a plane. So that golden ticket for me was an airline ticket to get to New York. I'd been recruited to play college basketball at Army, the U.S. Military Academy at West Point, New York. I was leaving Chicago, and I was never going to look back, and I was never coming back. My flight out of here was scheduled on April 2nd, 1975. And for only the third time in history, Chicago O'Hare was closed due to weather. Meanwhile, in New York, on March 31st, 1975, after suffering through that 3-22 season, the Army brass decided to buy up the last year of Dan Doherty's contract and get a new basketball coach. An athletic advisory board was set up to screen the applicants, and the phrase "young and hungry" was thrown around like a beach ball. It's pronounced Krzyzewski. I don't know if you know who Krzyzewski is. He was the captain of Army's 68-69 team and remained in the Army, coaching various service teams, including the U.S. Military Academy prep school team, until 1974, when he resigned his commission because he wanted to coach basketball for a living. He went out to Indiana as a graduate student and joined his former head coach, Bobby Knight, who was building the Hoosiers into national champions. When the news of the vacancy at Army reached Bloomington, Indiana, Knight and Krzyzewski were sitting in the coach's locker room. And their discussion went something like this. Knight says, "Are you interested?" Krzyzewski says, "Yeah, I am." "How do I go about getting that job?" Well, Knight explained the benefits and drawbacks of coaching at West Point and the difficulty in recruiting players to an institution that demands 5 years postgraduate active service, the rigors of coaching players who must awaken each morning at 6 a.m., whose top priority in school is definitely not basketball. After he was done, Krzyzewski thought about it and said, "Hey, this thing is for me right now. I'm the best guy for the job. Who knows West Point better than me?" Within the day, Krzyzewski sent his application in. More than 120 people applied for that job. On paper, Krzyzewski had no chance. He had virtually no college coaching experience, and he had resigned his Army commission. Career officers thought he was a quitter. But Krzyzewski had some advocates on the advisory board who remembered from his playing days. They persuaded the board to at least interview the kid, and Krzyzewski made the most of that. He came in with detailed plans for turning the basketball program around. He even brought brochures. In fact, he acted as if he already had the job, and the board he was talking to was his coaching staff. It was like a scouting opportunity. Krzyzewski said of his prep work, "I think it had to impress them," and yeah, so it did. So much so, or so did the fact that he was a West Point graduate. So did the fact that he had actually coached in high school the current point guard at West Point, the best player in West Point's history. He was young and hungry. He was familiar with the coaching situation at West Point. He even convinced the board that the only reason he resigned his commission was because he wanted to coach basketball for a living full time. And maybe most of all, he was a product of Bobby Knight, the last man to make West Point a respected basketball team. So, on April 15th, 1975, Krzyzewski was in the office of Lieutenant General Sidney Berry, the superintendent of the United States Military Academy, listening to Berry tell him, "Okay, coach, let's get going." The rest, as they say, is history. Krzyzewski is now the winningest coach in the history of college basketball. He has over 1,100 victories at 2 schools, West Point and Duke. Now, I'd also like to thank the New York Times, because that's the end of that article. However, it's not the end of the story. So what happened to my golden ticket? I got the golden ticket. It was my ticket out of town. Those 2 weeks of uncertainty at Army bought me time to contemplate my future, and I changed my mind. On that same April 15th, 1975, I signed a national letter of intent to enroll at UICC and play basketball for Coach Ed McQuillan and the UICC Chicas. It was the first year UICC was eligible to offer NCAA scholarships, and I enthusiastically accepted the first. So when this new first-time head coach, Krzyzewski, called me on April 16th to reschedule my snowed-out visit to West Point, I had to decline and inform him I had already committed to UICC. And that is a decision I have never regretted, and I never left Chicago. So I've grown over the years to embrace and to understand that the actual golden ticket in my life is my bachelor's degree that I earned from the University of Illinois at Chicago. And so should you. In my experience, that credential, the leadership and motivational and self-discipline experience of playing a sport, and the fundamental business skills learned in the various courses I studied opened the gates of opportunity in 1979 and set me on a path of lifelong learning. So my advice to all of you is don't rely upon an act of God to change the course of your life. Of course, if or when it actually ever happens to you, embrace it, make the most of it, and contemplate its meaning for your future. But always remember that your degree from UIC is a golden ticket in life, and it's up to you to make the most of your journey. Congratulations, and have a great night. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bill, for sharing your insights into how the experiences gained as a UIC student can translate into a successful professional career, as well as passion for leadership and civic engagement. We'd like to offer you a token of our appreciation for speaking with us this evening. Thank you again. So each year we have taken the time to recognize student leaders and student organizations that have made considerable contributions to the UIC campus. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Vance Pierce from the Center for Student Involvement to present this year's Advisor of the Year and Student Organization of the Year.
Before I begin, let me allow Bill to pick up his gift.
Sorry,
Oh, no, it's okay.
That was a fast break off the stage. Thank you very much.
By the way, just in case you have some questions, Krzyzewski is Coach K at Duke. That's the guy that he didn't go to play for.
Good evening. Each year, the Center for Student Involvement works to build the foundation for holistic development through educational, social, leadership, and cultural programming for UIC students. We foster an environment to build affinity to UIC, a community within the city of Chicago, through a multitude of student events, student organizations, and leadership opportunities. Essentially, becoming involved with student organizations can enrich and enhance the student learning experience inside and outside of the classroom. Before we recognize our winners this evening, I wanted to take a moment to recognize our student leaders. And so if you are a member of any student organization serving in the role of president or executive board, please stand. Please join them. Please join them if you are a general board member. And to our guests and family, I want you to recognize these student leaders for their contribution, not only in raising money, service hours, but also contributing to the development of their peers. Tonight, we will honor one of the over 300 plus student organizations here on campus, as well as an outstanding student organization advisor. Our first award acknowledges the Outstanding Student Organization Advisor of the Year. Our advisors are the backbones of student organizations. One nominee brought a unique perspective of being a student in an organization while they were here at UIC, before transitioning to professional staff, working at UIC a couple years, and then adding advisor to their plate. The nominator shares, our winner recognizes the importance of that lifelong friendship that we can build here on campus while taking part in student organizations. They add, whenever the stress that they may come with being an executive board member or just a student member in general, our winner is there to help you take that stress management plan and place it into action, helping you to not only achieve the goals of the student organization, but those in life. Our winner has offered options and an open space to talk through the concerns and ultimately to help find the solution to make our student organization work. Overall, our winner has provided the members of their organization the tools they have needed to keep the mission and goals alive and well. They close with, we could not have received support from a more patient, devoted, and passionate individual. Please join me in recognizing the 2018 Outstanding Student Organization Advisor of the Year, Louis Salas, Advisor to the Friends in Touch Hotline. With over 300 student organizations on campus hoping to build affinity, our students are always involved and always doing something to improve UIC and in some cases the world. This evening we have students that are competing nationally and internationally in various tournaments in order to bring back praise to this university. Our student organizations essentially make UIC special. One nominee for the Outstanding Student Organization of the Year award shared, I think our organization is distinguished and unique from others because we really do evoke what UIC Connection is about. To make those connections with other organizations, increase involvement, and to give back to our community. We are never exclusive and always take help from other organizations. We have strong ties to various places in East and West Campus as well. I believe that service and making an impact in the community should be our top priority. UIC should allow students to explore their classes and what they want to study, but also give back to their community, and our organization does that. When you're a student organization here at UIC, you have to have a little bit of humility, but you also have to have that pride because of the work that you do in order to change this community. Please join me in recognizing the 2018 Outstanding Student Organization of the Year, Colleges Against Cancer.
Congratulations, Courtney. Congratulations. So who is the boss? Who's the president?
Can we share a couple of words? Yeah, we'll get you next time.
Let's take a picture. If you can raise it.
Okay.
Well done.
Thank you and congratulations. Colleges Against Cancer. Before I leave, I also want to thank someone who's assisting me with handing out awards, the Executive Director of the Center for Student Involvement, Mrs. Joy Vergara.
Thank you, Vance. At this time, I invite Mr. Kelly McRae, Executive Director of Student Development Services, to present the distinguished Yuguru Bates Memorial Award.
Good evening, student leaders, volunteers, families, and special guests. I have the distinct honor of presenting the 2018 Yuguru Bates Memorial Award. This award is given in recognition of the student or students whose service activities on campus or in the community demonstrate a significant level of caring, dedication, and selfless commitment to others. Recipients of this award must have made an exceptional contribution to the humanitarian needs of others through their service and leadership. This award was created following the passing of Yuguru Bates in 1989. She was a coordinator of the then Student Information Network Center here at UIC. The award is intended to honor both Yuguru's selfless and caring spirit, as well as recognize that same spirit in today's student leaders. I invite Chancellor Emeritus to help recognize the Yuguru Bates Memorial Award recipients by offering each of them a commemorative keepsake from the university and a red and blue honor cord to wear at commencement. Our first recipient, at the age of 15, saw how detrimental low self-esteem was for girls in her community and founded her own organization called Love Girls Magazine. This is now a nationally recognized magazine that addresses bullying, body image, gender inequity, activism, organizing, and social justice aimed towards girls from ages 13 to 22, providing them with opportunities in writing, photography, graphic design, event planning, and activism through leadership. Through her magazine, this individual has dedicated countless hours to women's rights and has continued to carry out the theme of her work in women's rights and social justice in Chicago as she works closely with UIC's most powerful leaders, including the Provost and the Chancellor, to help and encourage others with compassion. We are proud to honor Jasmine Babers with the Yuguru Bates Memorial Award. Looks like she's not with us at the moment. We will make sure that she gets that. As a junior on the University of Illinois Chicago softball team, our next recipient is a leader and caretaker of her teammates, while also setting the perfect example of being a hardworking student and a selfless athlete. Amongst the many outreach programs in which she takes initiative, her selflessness reflects strong through her work as a campus ambassador for Gift of Life Marrow Registry. This individual goes beyond the call of duty, making road trips to pick up kits and facilitate drives to reach her goal. Her efforts have not gone unnoticed in the community, as the Chicago White Sox organization recognized her with the Roland Heman Award this spring. This award honors those who are dedicated to bettering the lives of those around them. We are pleased to recognize Carissa Frazier with the Yuguru Bates Memorial Award. We will accept that on her behalf and make sure we get that to her. Our third recipient strives to represent his fellow students as he advocates for improvements within the medical curriculum, student affairs, and in offices and departments on campus, while maintaining a high degree of responsibility, maturity, and motivation at the University of Illinois College of Medicine for students, faculty, and administrators alike. As the president of the Chicago Medical Student Council, he has helped develop a new administrative cross-campus committee, the USMLE Preparedness Committee, which brings together students, faculty, staff, and administrators from all the UIC College of Medicine campuses to discuss ways to better prepare and support students as they approach their medical licensing exams. We are pleased to recognize Joseph Garrity with the Yuguru Bates Memorial Award. As an international student, this recipient quickly took to becoming an active and engaged member of the UIC community. Amongst her many roles on campus, such as graduate student mentor in the Women in Science Engineering program, her involvement with AIM for SIVA speaks to greater commitment to her community. AIM for SIVA's primary focus is to make education and health care accessible to children in rural areas of India. This individual has been an active member in the Chicago chapter of AIM for SIVA and has helped in organizing several events intended to create awareness and encourage encourage donors to adopt a child and sponsor their education. We are pleased to recognize Vijani Suryadevara with the Yuguru Bates Memorial Award. Our final recipient service within the UIC Jane Addams College of Social Work serves as a bridge between students, staff, faculty, and administrators in fostering a community that is committed towards social, economic, and political justice. In addition to her service to the college, her efforts throughout Chicago include, but are not limited to, raising funds to support victims of structural violence and unfair legal practices, heightening awareness for political and civic engagement, and providing bereavement counseling to youth in school systems. Beyond her local and citywide efforts, this individual is also involved in international efforts to promote the human rights of communities indigenous to Guatemala. We are pleased to honor Meredith Wilkinson with the Yuguru Bates Memorial Award. Let's once again recognize all the Yuguru Bates Memorial Award recipients through our applause.
Thank you, Kelly, and congratulations to all of this year's Yuguru Bates Memorial Award recipients. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Linda Diana, Associate Vice Chancellor for Student Affairs and Dean of Students, to present this year's Jane Addams Distinguished Service Awards.
Thank you, Karina, and good evening. Hello to everyone. We're about halfway through the program, I think, and I hope the people that I'm announcing as award winners here are here tonight. But if they're not, we're still going to clap and recognize them, right? Okay. I'm here and pleased to present the Jane Addams Distinguished Service Award here at the University of Illinois at Chicago. Jane Addams dedicated her life to creating positive change in the world. She was a peace activist and advocate for underprivileged populations and co-founded Chicago's first settlement home, Hull House, which is just outside the front door of this building. Addams dedicated her life to service and inspired others to do the same. This evening, I have the privilege of presenting this award to students whose volunteer activity substantially addresses a distinct need in the community, as well as to inspire others to engage in volunteer service. The recipients have been involved in the creation of a new project or service to address such a need and demonstrate the highest level of dedication and selfless commitment. We recognize each of our Jane Addams Distinguished Service Award recipients with a commemorative keepsake from the university and a red, white, and blue honor cord to wear at commencement. Our first recipient, as a chosen member of the UIC Urban Pharmacy Program, is dedicated to caring for members of underserved communities because race, poverty, and immigration status have unfortunately been seen as barriers to health equality. This student not only wants to advocate for disease prevention and proper treatment, but also wants to play a role in eliminating health disparities. Throughout her life, this individual has demonstrated a vibrant personality, strong leadership skills, and an unwavering drive to become an agent for change. We are pleased to honor Chriselle Marie S. Arbin with the Jane Addams Distinguished Service Award. Our next recipient is a founding volunteer and volunteer coordinator for Rockford's Hospital's No One Dies Alone program, in which she and other volunteers may be called at any hour of the day or night to sit with a dying patient who has no family or friends available to be with them in their final hours. As a physician in training, this student has involved herself in multiple health fairs and has participated in a service learning OBGYN rotation in Haiti this past February. This remarkable individual further hopes to provide primary care for a month in rural India, also through the College of Medicine next academic year. We are pleased to recognize Stephanie Grosh with the Jane Addams Distinguished Service Award. This individual, along with a small group of highly driven individuals, partnered with the World Health Organization to create the first college chapter in the United States of the WHO Mind Bank, Quality Rights Project here at UIC. The WHO Mind Bank, boy, that's a little bit of a tongue twister here, Quality Rights Project advocates to work through mental health and social care facilities to combat this crisis. This individual has worked hard to build and broaden this community on campus, holding informational events that speak on warning signs and how to be an advocate, as well as holding flash mobs and awareness events to create a dialogue on campus where individuals feel comfortable speaking about mental health. We are pleased to present Sufyan Shaltaf with the Jane Addams Distinguished Service Award. Our final recipient is a dedicated member of the student chapter of the Biomedical Engineering Society. She began her involvement with BMES as a member of the 3D printed prosthetics project team, working on developing a mechanically operated 3D printed pediatric prosthetic hand for a recipient, Drew, who was born without his right hand. Inspired by her peers, the dedication to Drew's cause, and the potential impact of bioengineering on people's lives, she joined the BMES board as treasurer, working to obtain funding, formalizing documentation of the budget, recording student membership, and helping to launch Bioengineering Industry Day, where bioengineering students had the opportunity to network with industry professionals. This individual has dedicated over 300 hours to BMES, growing a stronger community of UIC bioengineering students and creating opportunities for career development. We are proud to honor Shauna Snerenberg with the final Jane Addams Distinguished Service Award. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Deana, and congratulations to this year's recipients of the Jane Addams Distinguished Service Award. UIC students come from many backgrounds and life experiences to contribute to our vibrant, diverse learning community. Now more than ever, committed volunteers are needed to help others and to make new connections that bring us closer together as families, as neighbors, as communities, and as a nation. Nationally, the President's Council on Service and Civic Participation was established in 2003 to recognize the valuable contributions that volunteers make and to encourage others to serve. UIC is pleased to partner with the President's Council to recognize our students whose work, service, and community contributions merit recognition with this award. At UIC, this award is given to students whose volunteer service has matched or exceeded at least 100 hours of service work since the beginning of the school year. You may have noticed this year's recipients of the President's Volunteer Service Award, as these students are wearing name tags distinguished with the President's Volunteer Service Award logo. Each student will receive a letter of congratulations from the President and a certificate of award from the President's Council. Students receiving this award are Corinne Shang, David Tran, Marta Borzumaska, Lasma Deeb, Babu Sullivan, Med Jimson Jimenez, Peter Vergarzi, Arti Krishna, and Vanessa Bushio, and they are joining the Chancellor on stage for a picture.
You want to come here?
I now invite Ms. Karen Schultz-Korman, Executive Director of the UIC Alumni Association, to help us witness one of UIC's oldest campus traditions, induction of this year's class into the Activities Honorary Society.
Good evening. The Activities Honorary Society began in 1950 and is a long-standing tradition at UIC, one of the only traditions in UIC's vast history that can be traced back now 68 years. The celebration of top student leaders through AHS began when there was only an undergraduate presence of the University of Illinois in Chicago at Navy Pier. The goal of the Activities Honorary Society has been to recognize students who have established broad leadership in student activities. Student applications are reviewed by alumni and are evaluated in terms of demonstrated leadership qualities, level of involvement, administrative skills, and overall contributions to UIC student life. I invite you to visit the display in the Peer Room on the second floor of this building to view some of the earliest induction programs. Honorees, please come forward. They're already doing it. To the left side of the stage with your candles and pledge cards as we begin this part of the program. We are grateful to be joined by current members of the Activities Honorary Society, along with our hosts, who will be assisting as the new members light their candles from the original candle, which is seated on the original pillow, both from 1950. We are also pleased to be joined by Zoe Sheets, an AHS member and a 2017 UIC graduate, Zoe has the honor of lighting the candle this year, and I invite her to light the flame now. In a few moments, Zoe will lead the inductees in reciting the original pledge, after which they will receive congratulations from our Chancellor. They will also be asked to add their signatures to the permanent record book and receive their Activities Honorary Society pin. At this time, I would like to invite Mr. Vance Pierce from the Center of Student Involvement to introduce these outstanding leaders as they come up to the stage.
Amy Chu. Sarah Naala. Herbert Nuwagaba. Robert O'Sullivan. Peter Veraguzze. Lee Fan. Edward John Raya. William Vavrin. Jacob Waller. Celine Dalday. Cassandra Robledo.
All right, candidates, please join me in reading the Activities Honorary Society Pledge. We, as members of the Activities Honorary Society of the University of Illinois at Chicago, believe that an essential part of our college education is to be derived from student organizations. We believe, too, that by participation in such groups, we develop qualities of character, loyalty, and leadership. We therefore pledge ourselves to honor, promote, and participate in extracurricular activities so as to provide a more enriched student life to all whom we may affect. Congratulations. Please, yes. Please proceed to the right of the stage where you will shake the Chancellor's hand, receive your certificate. Thank you for all you've done and we hope that you remain active alumni. All right.
Again, congratulations to inductees of the Activity Honorary Society. It is now time to present the 2018 Chancellor Student Service Award, which honors students who made an outstanding contribution to the university through campus and community service. I invite Mr. Vance Pierce to the podium to read our recipients' names as they come forward to receive their awards. I also invite Dr. Linda Deana to recognize each recipient with a red honor cord, and Mr. Rex Tolliver, Vice Chancellor for Student Affairs, to recognize each recipient with a special commemorative pin. Both the honor cord and pin will distinguish our recipients in their future commencement ceremonies for their exceptional contributions of service and leadership to our campus and surrounding communities. For some here this evening, commencement is only a few weeks away, and I invite you to wear your honor cord with pride on your special day. Finally, I invite Chancellor Emeritus to recognize and congratulate each recipient with a handshake and special opportunity for a keepsake photograph. To the recipients, once your name is read, please walk on stage to receive congratulations from Dean Deana, Vice Chancellor Tolliver, and Chancellor Emeritus. After receiving your award items, you will return to your seats for the closing of the ceremony. It is important that you return to your seats so we can celebrate the accomplishments of all the students gathered here tonight. Please welcome Vance Pierce, who will introduce our recipients.
We will now recognize the recipients of the Chancellor Student Service Award. All recipients are listed in your program booklet and are listed according to their undergraduate or graduate professional student status. Please hold your applause until all have been recognized. If there are any recipients of the Chancellor Student Service Award in the room who have not received their award, please join us now. Zoe Sheets. Amy Chu. Sarah Naala. Herbert Nuagaba. Raven Taborn. Taylor Lay. Jashawn Bowens. Moriam Yararu. Alan Rodriguez. Ernest Kwesi Afori. Bendita Chin. Clark Azaana Scott. Duretti Godana. Mariana Reyes. Yolanda Riesco. Christopher John Cruz. Luis Fandez Chacon. Dominique Bellacaster. Robert O'Sullivan. Lee Fan. Edward John Raya. Cassandra Robledo. Samantha Lariosa. Peter Veraguse. Matthew Dorman. Catherine Zink. Clevy Hazizi. Anna Bailey. Darshan Jane. Shukri Idis. Elizabeth Chang. Elena Guzman. Consuela Hendricks. Melanie Vasquez. Asha Whitehorn. Christian Baeza. Margarita Bautista Sanchez. Anastasios Kakanias. Helen McNeil. Cheyenne Becker. Paige Gowries. Jasmine Sanchez. Jeffrey Gonzalez. Amelia Chico. Zeral King. Carrie Noct. Isabella Litwack. Selena Garza. Alicia Ola Picon. Winifred Obanor. William Vavrine. Jacob Waller. Nicholas Gross. Shoik Sakar. Luke Pretzi. Shauna Snarenberg. Paulina Gubareva. Scott Bicknell. No, you don't get that. It's good to see you again. Jasmine Jones. Gabriela Rodriguez. Anna Yates. Kathy Wussel. Jessica Wardock. Celine Dalday. Kayla Moore. Carrie Kirks. Nicole Harmon. Jasmine Londa. Lasma Deed. Med Jimenez. Arti Krishna. David Van Tran. Rawan Al-Khatib.
Congratulations again. Take a picture.
Marvin Slaughter. Daisy Moody. Jo Marie Arbon. Crizel Marie Arbon. Catherine Katsavilas. Michelle Smith. Elaine Tran. Wayman Ju. Rhoda Musmar. Jenny Sandoval. Aishwarya Kaki. Raj Patel. Jose Yanez Vargas. Nirali Patel. Sahani Reddy. Suha Muhi Udin. Isra Hasnain. Susanna Galaruza. Michelle Bungaling. Joshua Smith. Logan Schwartzman. Stephanie O'Neill. Eleanor Millman. Caitlin Greenhill. Teresa Sharing. Manpreet Bala. Asha Rao. Courtney Van. Brian Evans. Helena Smith. Addison Merchek. Joseph Strom. Compella Koshik. Anaya Watkins.
Congratulations. Well done.
Anna Gonzalez. Gabriela Arroyo. Cynthia Deep. Azima Mansouri.
I've always wanted a real cord. I've never had one before.
Rhonda Suleiman. Mohammed Hussein Norazolai. Yebin Lee. Amanda Wohan.
Congratulations. Well done.
Christina Hovader.
Congratulations. Good to see you again.
Nandini Gupta.
Congratulations. Well done.
Anthony Misiak.
Congratulations. Well done.
Cecilia Solis Barroso.
Congratulations. Well done.
Angela Gao.
Congratulations. Well done. Well done.
Lisa Nipscher.
Slow down. Rex. Tell him to slow down for a couple of minutes. Get everybody through. Congratulations. Well done. Congratulations. We're taking it. Well done. Congratulations. Well done. Back in a minute. Congratulations. Well done.
Thank you so much.
Natalie Yoshioka.
Congratulations. Pleasure. Well done. Congratulations. Well done.
Jacqueline Abdul.
Congratulations. Well done.
Ryan Fedor.
Well done. Congratulations.
Krushna Jankni.
Congratulations. Well done.
Alexander Vizhalil.
Congratulations and thank you.
Keenan Artis.
Well done. Congratulations.
Monica Lopez.
Congratulations.
Tiffany Liu.
Congratulations. Well done.
Josna Bitra.
Well done. Congratulations.
Kelly Fan.
Oh, good. Got it everywhere. That's perfect. Congratulations. Well done.
Seema Shioran.
Well done. Congratulations.
Bhargavi Janareddy.
Well done. Congratulations.
Kajal Sachdev.
Congratulations. Well done.
Richard Foster.
I missed that one. Thank you.
Demetria Neal.
Congratulations.
Marta Garcia.
Congratulations.
Kristen Zvatos.
Congratulations.
Afralaki Halakanye.
Well done. Congratulations, man.
Nikita Potal.
Pleasure. Congratulations.
Sarah Asali.
Congratulations.
Matthew Sanders. Sharon Thomas.
Congratulations. Well done. It's good to see you.
Victoria Hatsenko.
Congratulations.
Siraj Patil.
Congratulations. Well done.
Aaron Schreier Miller.
Congratulations.
Patrick Comiskey.
Well done. Well done.
Alicia Tapia.
Congratulations.
Victoria Danner.
Well done.
Hani Rayad.
Well done.
Hamed Hagazi.
Congratulations. Well done. Well done. Very proud of you.
Maria Candia.
That's good. Congratulations, Victoria.
Adiant Agaro.
Well done. Congratulations.
Karina Gandhi. Leah Summer.
Well done.
Sena Al-Najjar.
Congratulations. Well done.
Lauren Quigley.
Congratulations. Well done. Congratulations.
Dhruv Mehta.
Congratulations. Well done.
Mitchell Connolly.
Congratulations. Well done.
John Patrick Rebe.
Congratulations. Well done.
Kayla Busin.
Well done. Well done.
Youngkwan Song.
Congratulations. Well done.
Christy Kang.
Well done. Congratulations.
Hema Gonzalez.
Congratulations.
Hannah Hickson. How are you doing? Jenna Morin.
Well done.
Nia Johnson. Cecilia Siragusa.
Well done. Very proud of you.
Guadalupe Rodriguez. Jennifer Chu. Giovanna Guerrero.
Congratulations. Well done.
Nikita Goyal.
Congratulations, Nia.
Madeline LaRock.
Congratulations.
Bethany Michelle Statler.
You're the neighbor. You guys better behave, eh?
We are.
Congratulations. Well done.
We're on good terms.
Well done. Congratulations. Well done, Jane. Congratulations.
Richard Severin.
Congratulations.
Stephanie Grotch.
Congratulations. Well done.
Alexander Tang.
Congratulations. Well done.
Celia Malik.
Hello again.
Abriella Stone.
Congratulations.
Alexander Matelski.
Medical superior or
Cynthia Roebuck.
Congratulations. Well done.
Ankit Gupta.
Congratulations. Well done.
Nikhil Kumar.
Well done. Medical superior.
Kevin Peralta.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Justin Keller.
Congratulations.
Daniel Laspata.
Congratulations. Congratulations. Good to see you. Good to see you. Thank you very much.
Meredith Wilkinson.
I couldn't, no, you loved it.
Bethany Chan. Luke Rummage. Michael Clues. Christopher Krupe.
Congratulations. Well done.
Pratik Deshpande.
Congratulations. Very proud.
Vidyani Surya Devara.
Congratulations. Well done.
Biswajit Maharati.
Thank you.
Harshdeep Ingle. Sudhir Balaze.
Congratulations.
Juan Maldonado Wang.
Congratulations. Good to see you.
Anna Terabus.
Well done. Congratulations. Well done.
Madalena Nunez.
Congratulations. Well done.
Saisiva Kare.
You're kidding me? Congratulations. Well done.
Chuck Blaszek.
Congratulations.
Lenny Hong.
Very proud. Congratulations.
Jonathan Joe.
You've been old.
Jacqueline Cantoral.
Congratulations.
Destiny Yates. Mo Sullivan.
Well done.
Kalindi Parikh.
Congratulations. Well done.
Jasmine Gunn.
Congratulations. Well done.
Zainab Shah.
Congratulations. Well done.
Elena Ivanova.
Congratulations. Well done.
Vanna Hetzenvong.
Congratulations. Well done. Very proud.
Courtney Byers. Ariana McKinley. Moses Kayua.
Congratulations. Well done.
Warka Jabbar.
Congratulations. Well done.
Paula Rivera. Yansu Wee.
Congratulations. Well done. Well done.
Jennifer Ramos.
She's waiting for you. Congratulations.
Roxana Farakau.
Congratulations. Well done.
Malini Aleniz.
Thank you for what you do. Congratulations, David. Well done.
Inyang Lee.
Congratulations. Well done.
Shruti Arimadyam.
Congratulations. It's great meeting you.
LaShawn Evans.
Congratulations. Pleasure meeting you tonight.
Sarah Russell.
Congratulations. Well done.
Olivia Lunzer.
Congratulations. Thank you. Good to meet you tonight.
Kelsey Holbert.
Well done. Congratulations. It's a pleasure tonight.
Molly McInnes.
Congratulations. It's a pleasure.
Jose Acosta Cordova.
Congratulations. Pleasure.
Judith Roca.
Congratulations. Hi. It's good to meet you tonight.
Mary Nicole.
Congratulations. Well done. Well done. It's a pleasure. See you.
James Vong.
Congratulations. It's a pleasure. Let's take a picture.
Tina Trong.
Congratulations.
Eliza Lazaro.
Well done.
Yureen Choi. Sarah Yoon.
Congratulations. Well done.
Tina Zhang.
Congratulations. Hello. It's good to see you again. Well done.
Christina Korn.
Hey, congratulations.
Deborah Salami.
Congratulations, Sarah. Well done. Congratulations. I love that you guys put your jackets on.
Sufyan Shaltaf.
See you. Congratulations. Well done. Congratulations, Christina.
Sean Pandia.
Well done. Congratulations.
Roberto Castillo.
Well done. Congratulations.
Aaliyah James.
We took a picture already. We took a picture already.
Monica Bandela.
Congratulations. Well done. Congratulations. Well done.
Sulma Abdul Bashir.
Congratulations. Well done.
Ibtisan Kulmal.
Congratulations. It's a pleasure.
Manal Kadir.
Congratulations. Well done.
Nikisha Stancial Mobley.
Congratulations. Well done. Well done.
Janiki Patel.
Congratulations. It's a pleasure.
Melissa Shaw.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Vriti Samtani. Slaisha Patel. Kajal Dolakya. Carissa Frazier.
Congratulations. Well done.
Taylor Carnes.
Congratulations.
Victoria Voda.
Well done. Congratulations.
Jasmine
Well done.
Taylor.
Congratulations.
Diana Iona Raktoli.
Congratulations. Congratulations. Well done.
Haneen Katana.
You made it. Congratulations.
Elizabeth Avia.
Well done. Congratulations.
Ashwin Kumar Mati.
Congratulations.
Kevin Ogwin.
You're just a sophomore, right? And you're already getting awards.
Anusha Jalasutram.
Congratulations. Well done. Congratulations. Let's take a picture.
Shifa Quadri.
Congratulations. Well done.
Mariam Hussein.
You're very good. Very good. Well done.
Catherine Jadakowski.
Congratulations.
Ifani Azarike.
Congratulations. Well done.
Joy Ahikwo.
Congratulations. It's good to see you. Let's take a picture.
Christine
Well done.
Mendoza.
Well done.
Talia Flores.
Congratulations.
Nettie Kansara.
It's good to see you tonight. Congratulations.
Jocelyn Bravo.
Well done. Congratulations. It's good to see you tonight.
Eileen Tanatanton.
Well done. Congratulations. It's good to see you tonight. Congratulations. It's good to see you tonight.
All that stuff, shimmy and all of it.
It's good to see you tonight.
If there are any recipients of the Chancellor Student Award in the room who have not received their award, please come to the stage now.
Marvelous. Congratulations to all of you. Before we conclude, if you all would do me a great honor, we are fortunate tonight as well to have the head of our faculty here, Dr. Kate Vincent. So salute to you. Thank you for being here. I wish all of you the best of success in the final weeks of the spring semester. Thank you for attending the 46th Annual Chancellor Student Service and Leadership Award Ceremony. All CSSLA award recipients can pick up your certificate at the second floor check-in table at the bottom of the escalators. Congratulations again, and have a wonderful evening.
Congratulations.